So today I will be showing you my technique on how to make this terrifying scar so you can look like you were mauled by a bear. I first discovered this technique while experimenting on a costume design for a new LARP character. For those of you who don't know, LARP stands for Live Action Roleplay, and it's basically where nerds get dressed up and go into the woods and hit their friends with foam swords, but I promise it's way cooler than that sounds. So I used a few different things that were lying around, such as eyeliner and some rigid collodion, which I'll get to in the actual tutorial, and I kind of just went from there and came up with this really cool stuff. Okay, so let's get started. Today we're going to be using three utensils. We have rigid collodion. That's going to be the first thing. This is by Mehron. It is also known as scarring liquid. They come in pretty tiny bottles, but it's very powerful. The second thing that we're using is NYX red lip liner. It is pretty standard red lip liner, eyeliner you can use. This is L'Oreal, the super slim infallible liquid liner. It's a felt tip pen, but basically any black eyeliner can also be used. Here I'm taking off my glasses because I could not find my contacts anywhere, so I had to start this without contacts. So we're going to open up the rigid collodion, or scarring liquid, and we're going to kind of figure out where we're going with this. And just apply nice coats where you want it to go. And then what I do is I go over it a couple times. So here I'm going to go over it a second time, and you're just going to go right over what you had done the first time. And this is going to make it really nice and tight, because what it does is it takes your skin and actually pulls it together slightly so that it has kind of an indent as if you had actually been cut by something. And then I'm probably here going over it a third time. Yep, I'm going over it a third time. That probably was a little bit overkill on this particular instance, but sometimes you need to do 2, sometimes you need to do 3. It depends on your preference and your skin type and whatnot. Let it dry. Okay, and here you can see a close-up of the scarring liquid. It pulls your skin together, like I said, and it gives it a nice sheer look to it. It's going to be kind of shiny, which is why we're going to do the next couple steps as well. If you want, you can just leave it as a scarring liquid. That's, it looks like a very well-healed scar at that point. So what I do is I take the red lip liner, you can also use eyeliner, like I said, and push my hair out of the way because it is always in the way. Okay. So I take the red liner and I just go over the scarring liquid. I tend to be a little heavy-handed, but your own preference can change. You could do a little bit lighter, you can do a little darker. It's up to you on how fresh you want it to look. The more red you put down, the fresher the scar is going to look. Then I just kind of blend it out a little bit. So I just take it, and you want to go in all directions. You don't want to go in just one direction. This is going to give it a nice inflamed look. So, like I said before, if you want to be a little bit heavier on the red liner, it's going to look a little bit fresher and it's going to look more inflamed. And be sure to really blend it into your actual skin tone, because it'll just look a little silly if it's just red and then suddenly it's not. You want the inflamed look to be kind of natural. And go over it if you think there's some areas that need a little bit more color to it. And then here we're going to do a close-up of this stage. Again, you could even end here if this is the look that you want. This is going to have a more healed look, but still has quite a bit to go. Lastly, I take the black eyeliner and I kind of go into the more rough areas, the parts that kind of look like they were a little bit deeper. And I just add a little bit of detailing. You want to really be sure that you don't put too much on, because it'll go from a real look to a very unnatural look very fast. So I went a little bit too much right there, you can see, so I'm trying to blend it out, but I can fix that in a minute, and a little off camera at the second. And then I'm just going over to make sure every part is just how I want it. And this is, again, your preference, you know. More black is going to be fresher, it's going to be deeper, it's going to be nastier. Less black is going to be more healed, a cleaner cut, not infected at all. Then what I do is I sometimes go back with the red and just go over the parts that I thought had a little too much black or need more red, and then blend it out of it. Here you go. This is a pretty simple technique that almost anybody can do. It doesn't involve crazy makeups. And, yeah. So that's it. That is my technique on how to make a scar that looks like you were in an epic fight and barely made it out with your life. Have fun with it, whether it's for LARP or Halloween or cosplay, whatever you want to use it for. Have fun with it. Experiment with different ways that you can make it look a little different, make it more look you, what you want, and that's about it. You can make it as weird as you want it to be.